Coming up on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
A common goal for all Elon teams is to build a winning tradition. One of Elon's most successful coaches at helping a team improve is moving on to new opportunities, but the team will never forget his impact.
Meanwhile, two of Elon's spring sports have emerged victorious despite early setbacks and uncertainty.
Finally, we'll get back to the practice field as we continue our inside look at Phoenix football.
All that and more next on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
For all athletes, the mental aspect of their game is just as important as the physical.
Everyone faces challenges, and the ability to overcome them is what creates character.
Elon athletes are no exception, and they must stay focused and work through any obstacles that come their way.
The Elon men's tennis team is having another successful season, and to date, one of the best in program history. Despite some early season struggles, the team is really hitting their stride at the perfect time, right before the conference tournament.
Well, it seems like we're getting more confident as the year goes on. Some of the guys that maybe struggled earlier in the year are starting to believe in themselves a little bit more. Obviously winning helps that, but I think we're playing with a kind of confident attitude, playing with looseness that's good, but with a focus that allows you to just kind of stay competitive.
The Elon men's tennis team is riding a hot streak right now, having won 12 straight matches, including 9 straight in the Southern Conference. This is an historic season for the men's tennis program, and it started the first match of the year with the win over number 7 Duke.
You know, we've obviously played them year after year, and we haven't really gone close. We've always gone in thinking, you know, we can get in with these guys, we can get this match to be close, but then we come off and we don't win a single match. You know? So it's been tough from that standpoint, but this year we really, again, we felt like we had a shot, and then once we took the doubles point and started, you know, really being tough in the matches with some of the singles guys, I think guys really started believing that they could win, and then played professionally and carried themselves in a professional way, and which enabled them to win those big singles matches. So that was an absolutely awesome moment in the career of college tennis.
Thanks in part to the Duke win and their current hot streak, the team reached a ranking of number 39 in the nation, the highest in program history.
It's definitely something we're going to remember forever. I mean, after the season's over, we're going to look back on it and enjoy it a lot. But at the same time, we can't really think about it because we can't let that affect who we're playing and the rest of the season. So it's something, you know, that we can kind of cherish for the rest of the season, but we can't think about it too much.
Now, it hasn't been all great for the team this season as they went through a bit of a struggle early on. In particular, the usually reliable Stefan Fortman just couldn't find his stroke, and he and Coach Leonard agreed some changes needed to be made.
Everyone goes through a slump when they play sport at this level, and obviously I was experiencing that at a very low level, which wasn't a lot of fun.
Well, I mean, some of the changes were tennis related, some of them were lineup related. I mean, we had to get him believing he could win again, and you know, it's kind of hard to see someone that you kind of can count on losing a lot. And so obviously some of it was putting him down the lineup where he maybe didn't have so much pressure on him.
I think the thing that really helped me was just being honest with myself, and then just forcing myself to have fun while competing on the court, and things sort of started turning around from that. And then once I got that feeling back, once I got some confidence, you know, it just took off. So I'm glad I'm where I am right now.
Stefan was really able to turn it around as he won back-to-back SoCon Player of the Weeks, in addition to being named the Southern Conference Player of the Month for March.
At a point, if you would have told me that I've got close to a Player of the Week where I was in that slump, I would have probably laughed at you. But like I said, you know, just getting that confidence back, just having fun out there, and getting those two awards back to back was just another thing which added to my confidence.
In addition to the change with Stefan, Coach Leonard decided to move Jordan Kaufman up to 1 doubles with Cameron Silverman, another move that has paid off.
I've played 3 doubles pretty much my whole career here, and of course you're going to be a little nervous moving up to 1 doubles. It's a big change, but the good thing is me and Cameron have played a lot of tournaments together. We played a big tournament this summer and we won it. So we have a lot of experience together, and we feel comfortable playing with each other. I think that's the biggest thing.
Jordan has the ability to play one doubles. It's just whether he believes it. If he's confident in what he's doing, him and Cameron can hold their own against anybody. But Jordan really is just a belief, and when he's feeling good about himself, and that's something he knows, and he's getting better and better at that every day. If he believes he's as good as I believe he is, then we ain't got to worry about anything. We just got to truly believe that he's that good.
The men were able to close out SoCon play undefeated as the champions of the league. So as they head into the conference tournament as the 1 seed, what are their expectations?
Well, we're hoping that last year's still motivating us. You know, we were right there with an opportunity, and we've kind of used that as fuel. So we're going to take it match by match. We got 3 good, tough teams coming ahead, and then if we can get through those, we're actually excited about the upcoming tournament. You know, we're healthy, we're feeling good about ourselves, but we still got to be hungry.
The men only lost 6 single matches in SoCon play this year, and they look to continue that hot streak going into the Southern Conference Tournament at UT Chattanooga.
Darren Powell changed the face of Elon soccer forever, but with the end of one chapter begins another, and for Coach Powell, the time has come for him to call a new place home.
Nine. That's the number of consecutive 10-loss seasons the Elon men's soccer team had from 1996 to 2004. Then Darren Powell was hired, and the streak ended in his first year as head coach. 3 conference championships and countless awards later, Powell was hired by the Orlando City Soccer Club, the soon-to-be MLS organization.
I'm very excited. I'm anxious to get started. It was an emotional decision in terms of with the family, and we've been in the area a long time, and really like the area, really like the people and our friends. But we felt this was a good opportunity.
I think we were shocked, we were surprised, we certainly didn't see it coming. But we're really delighted for him. It's a great move for him, so we're really happy to be part of it, and I really hope he has great success there.
Orlando City reached out to Coach Powell about their U.S. Soccer Development Academy program, and the club was thoroughly impressed. Paul McDonough, the Senior Vice President of Soccer Operations, said, "Darren will bring new energy, philosophies, and direction as we continue to improve the quality of our MLS Academy and the development of the next group of Orlando City homegrown players." After about a week of the interview process, Powell accepted a position to help run the youth program.
My main focus will be hopefully developing players that are ready to play in the MLS at 18, 19, 20, that sort of age range. To be involved with their youth development and the vision that Orlando has for youth development, makes it pretty unique.
Each of the past 3 conference championship teams were loaded with talent, but Coach Powell was the one who put it all together and helped the program take the next step.
I think in the first one in particular, he had such a massive role in bringing us all together and giving us the confidence to go out there and win it. And then moving on from there, he kept us all together, he kept the team together. We always knew that we could do it because Darren was telling us the whole time we could do it. And so from that perspective, I think he was vital, really.
I remember my dad calling me, and he's like, "You would love to play for this guy, just the passion that he has and how much he's into it." The original reason why I saw Elon and why I was attracted to it is because of Darren's reputation. The more coaches that I see, the more I understand that there's very few that can hold a candle to Darren, and his soccer brain is up there with some of the best that I've ever worked with and played for. I think it's very obvious that he's a big piece in why Elon is where they are right now.
One of the reasons for the team's success over the last decade was that Powell's personality and coaching style was a perfect fit for Elon soccer.
At my stage in my career, I'm trying to learn as much as I can, and I don't think there's a better mentor for me than Coach Powell, just from my relationship with playing and now what he's done for me as a person and as a player.
When Darren was here, everything got done correctly and in the right way. And so I think I would hope that we'll continue to do that and we'll continue to be successful at that. But under Darren, you just knew it would happen.
Powell was more than just a soccer coach. He was a role model who valued the relationships he built at Elon and was exactly the type of guy this program needed.
I know that he's certainly helped me grow as a person. He's always had me focused on the right things in life. So I think from that perspective, Darren as a person has showed me what hard work can bring to you. He certainly succeeded himself based on that. I think he showed us all in this locker room how you can succeed.
I know that I've made the right choice in coming here and spending 4 years under him and working for him, and I don't think I'll ever be able to thank him enough and show him enough appreciation for everything that he has done. He's had such a great role on my life and on my career. He wants to do everything he can to put the players in the best position to succeed, not only on the field, but in life and off the field.
I think it's important that when you're developing players that you do it, not only from a playing perspective, but also from a social perspective, where they understand to being a good, well-rounded person, and can apply to being a good, well-rounded soccer player as well. And, I don't know how you phase that and put it all into one sentence, but just to see that growth of players and pride in the program, that's something that I'll take away from Elon and we'll never forget.
Powell begins his new job on May 1st, but he still plans on helping the program find their next head coach.
And that brings us to today's trivia. In what year did Elon host its first intercollegiate athletics event? The answer coming up later in the show.
It's time for our first commercial break, but first let's take a look at some upcoming games for the Phoenix. When we return, we'll head back to spring practice for more from Phoenix football.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
The Elon Phoenix Weekly is made possible by the students of the School of Communications in association with the dedicated coaches, athletes, and staff of Elon Athletics.
Coming from down the road at NC State is Jerry Peter Kuski, the football team's new defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. Coach Peter Kuski has spent nearly 40 years coaching and is looking to plant some of his experience and knowledge into the Phoenix program. He has been evaluating the defense for some time now, so let's see how he feels about the team coming along.
Down, blue 30, blue 30, set, go.
It's being a football player. It's being able to read and recognize and diagnose what's happening to you. I mean, you could be a 4 or 5 kid running on the track, and play at 4.8. You could be 4.8 and look like you can run 4.5, depending on how fast that you diagnose the play. So that's what we're trying to do now, get them to see enough things, go where they should go, get lined up properly, and then the execution part hopefully happens. Our evaluation now is to look at them, evaluate their talent, but in order to do that, they have to understand what they're doing. So that's why we're taking the last 4 days here are just total review of everything that we've put in so that they can play fast and play to the best of their ability so we can look at them and really get a real picture as to how good they are. We're going to look at the tape, find out how many mental errors we had. If there are very few, which I'm hoping there will be, then we'll install some more defense. If not, then we'll sit on what we have until they get to play it right. No more tools will come out of the toolbox unless they know what they're doing with the tools that they have.
The coaches and players' hard work will come into fruition in the coming weeks, culminating in a spring game that will allow Coach Peter Kuski to see if his linebacking core is up to snub.
The spring game is kind of having fun. That's the way I look at it. The practices are ones where you have to show up and execute what you're supposed to execute. We, as a coach, you're evaluating two basic things in my mind. It melts down to two. One is the talent. Who has enough talent to play the game? And then the second part is the attitude that they take with that talent. Do they have an attitude of a great work ethic, a great motor as they play, a great attitude toward being coached? They have a great attitude toward their own self-evaluation. Are they tough on themselves? And if you have enough talent, but you fall short in the attitude area, then you're not going to play here at Elon. They're coming on. I mean, I think the energy level has increased as we go, and it's got to continue to increase because it's an emotional game. You got to play with a lot of energy, and if you don't have fun doing that part of it, then it becomes drudgery, and that's what you don't want. And as I told them, I said, if it's drudgery, you should pack it in. If it's not fun, and fun is in winning when you play games, but fun is also in the way that you practice and how you interact with the opponent, so to speak, which is now the offense for us, and how you interact with your teammates. Then the other part, which is the rewarding part, is to watch guys accomplish something that they didn't think they could accomplish. That they've gotten better at learning things. They've gotten better physically at being able to do certain things that they didn't do well before. And watching them grow is the reward as a coach, I think.
Over the course of his career, Coach Peter Kuski has worked with a number of teams in various roles, and we are excited to be a part of the latest team that he intends to help rise up to the top.
Scott Brown is one of the few veterans on the football coaching staff heading into this season. But after spending only a few months with a new group around him, he is excited about the direction Phoenix football is heading in.
My name is Scott Brown. I'm the recruiting coordinator, running backs coach here at Elon. I've been here since 2007, so I'm going on my 8th season, and I've really enjoyed my time here thus far.
Coach Brown is one of the few remaining veterans on this year's coaching staff, but having worked with Coach Skrosky before, he expects great things from the program for years to come.
I think it's exciting, to have Coach Skrosky back on campus, and now as the head coach. I personally believe in, what he believes in and his philosophies on the program. Having a friend here in charge, it makes it, fun to go to work every day, and then meeting the other guys on the staff for the first time and now being together for, probably now 4, 5, 6 months. Everybody on the staff, they're all a bunch of, great guys, good coaches, and, it's been a good experience so far.
Like the rest of the coaches, Coach Brown has been evaluating the players for the last couple weeks during winter workouts and spring practices, and has been impressed by the work of the running backs so far.
Coach Skrosky asked them to do two things, and it was to follow directions and to strain. And I thought the running backs as a whole did that. They came out every day wanting to get better and work hard. They've embraced the grind, which has kind of been the term they used from day one. They want to work to get better. It does take a lot of hard work, and I think everybody's doing that. They're coming out there with positive attitude, a lot of energy, which makes it fun as a coach because, we're really trying to coach football, not just effort. And when you have to coach effort, that makes it tough.
Physically, the players have shown talent and ability, but Coach Brown is also focused on the backs learning the new offensive game plan, which is a day-by-day process.
Obviously, with the new staff, there's been the new offensive system, and they're learning that, and they're coming out every day, excited and trying to move forward. And each day they have. It's not just something that you're going to get quickly, and that you have to understand that it is going to take time to understand the offense, both from overall standpoint and then specific to the position. And in doing that, I think you have to have some patience in knowing that we're giving them bits of information piece by piece, and that it's going to add up over time. And then over time, through reps and practice, we should make improvement.
Coaching to win football games is only one aspect of the sport. Off-the-field relationships with the players is a whole different area of the game, but it's just as important.
Really, it's showing them that you care about them. It's not about football all the time. That what's going on in the classroom, what's going on in your personal life, and you hope to develop that over time. And I think with that, then good things happen. And in all aspects of their life, and then hopefully on the field for us, that those relationships can help us win games.
The battle in the trenches is well underway, so be with us next week when we finish up our spring football updates with a closer look at the offensive and defensive lines.
And that brings us to today's history.
On this day in Elon sports history, we take a look back into the 1960s and the Elon football program. The decade began with a bang. In 1960, Elon made national headlines when the Associated Press chose George Wooten's 108-yard field goal return touchdown run against Catawba as the #1 gridiron play of the season. Wooten filled the record books, leading the Fighting Christians in both passing yards and total offense, en route to being named to the All-Conference and All-District squads. Finally, in 1963, all of the pieces fell together for Elon as it captured its first unshared conference football title since 1941. The 8-1-1 record resulted in the Fighting Christians being ranked as high as 5th in the national small college standings. Elon would struggle for the next few seasons before being revived in 1968 by All-State and All-Conference tight end Richard McGeorge. McGeorge earned All-America honors and helped Elon set 63 new records during the season. And that's today's look into Elon sports history.
Before we go to break, every year the Elon baseball team shaves their heads in support of a cancer foundation. This year was no different, as they went baseballed, partnering with the Verse Cancer Foundation to help raise money to fight childhood cancer.
Let's cue it up, let's shake some heads. So here we go.
You're watching the Elon Phoenix Weekly on ESPN2.
There are currently over 350 Elon student athletes competing in 16 NCAA Division I sports.
Scholarships enable us to succeed not only on the field,
but also in the classroom.
It helps us in achieving our commitment.
To live the maroon life.
Your gifts have the power to take Phoenix athletics to even greater heights while giving student athletes an outstanding education.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Now, the answer to today's trivia. Earlier we asked, in what year did Elon host its first intercollegiate athletics event? The answer, 1900. That year, students played 2 baseball games against Guilford College, the first of which was played on Elon's campus.
Let's move to the links, where the women's golf team won their first tournament in 4 years. In golf, you can't win every time. Wins are special. They're memorable and exciting, and the women's golf team described these emotions after their win at the JMU Eagle Landing Invitational earlier this spring.
Our team was just in such a great mood, and we had never we were all so together, and we were so excited and all hugging and screaming and cheering and jumping and running around watching everyone come in and finish, and it was just really good because we put in a lot of hard work.
I've been fortunate. We've won a lot of tournaments, and it's not been in the last few years, but these kids probably reacted better than I've ever seen a group react. I mean, they were extremely excited.
Great rounds from Emily Brooks and Suna Vedistadar, along with struggles in last year's tournament, made the win extra special for the Phoenix.
The year before, we were probably in close to the same situation in the last 4 holes and finished 9th. And so we finished the round extremely well. And that's why I'm really proud of the kids.
Many of the ladies who have had individual success feel that there was something special about the win.
It's always more fun to share something with other people. So if you win as an individual, it's different because maybe the other people weren't playing well. Of course they're happy for you, but it's different to all share the experience to win and all celebrate together.
On paper, a win is just a win. In reality, however, it's done wonders for the confidence of a young Phoenix squad.
I think being young helps us and hurts us, but for the most part helps us because I don't think we get too upset about things. For me, I know I still have 2 more years. Obviously, I want to do my best, but golf's a process. It's just how you have to look at it. You can't get upset, so you just have to go out there and grind. And if you make a putt, great. If you don't, then move on. And I think going forward, that for us is really gonna help us. And by the time that I'm a senior, so it'll be Suna and I and Catherine that are seniors, we're gonna have a whole bunch of new freshmen coming in. It's gonna be, top 5's gonna be hard to contend, and it's gonna be a really strong squad.
And Coach Dockrell believes that the young squad already has a strong attitude that allowed them to win in the windy conditions.
I really like harder conditions. The tougher the golf courses, the tougher the conditions, the more potential you have to make shots up. And so it's a team that are more mentally tough. I mean, the kids went out there and it's an 18-hole game, you're competing. Scores, they could be high, you don't know. So you just fight for every shot.
Winning golf tournaments is extraordinary, but one shot was particularly memorable. The best part, it happened on the 18th hole, where everybody was watching.
I'm sitting in the fairway and Coach is just hit it in the hole, and then I hold it from 120 yards, just straight in the hole for eagle, and the crowd roared, and I think that was, for me, what added a lot to the win. It was just to do something for my team, because I had missed some putts early in the round. I was like, wow, I feel like I actually helped them now, so it was awesome.
It's shots like that are needed to give a team confidence. After not winning a tournament for more than 4 years, the team aspirations have soared. And get this, Zora, they came back with another win in their next tournament. But that is all that we have for the show today. If you missed anything or want to watch it again, be sure to check us out on youtube.com/Elon Phoenix Weekly.
You can also catch us on Time Warner Cable, channel 1083, to watch us on demand.
Also be sure to visit elonphoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you continue to have a spectacular weekend.
For the Elon Phoenix Weekly, I'm David Perel.
And I'm Zora Stevenson. See you next week.